Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome to another edition of Kingly Conversations, man. And this week, we got part 2 of Get a Job, an Entrepreneur Journey. But before we get into all of that, you know what time it is, man. Those got a shout out.
Yo, shout out to all those haters, man. Specifically those ones that hate quietly. I hear you.
That's season.
I see your hate, and I appreciate your bum. Let's go.
Hey, so strap in. Let the Kings talk about it. All right, good people. Hey, welcome back to another edition of Kingdom Conversations, man. And you know what time it is, man. As I am every single week, I'm Alan.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Twine, man, a.k.a. Twine. Yeah, ask me about my podcast, man. You know what time it is. Let's go.
It's your friend, your mentor, Calvin D. Hill.
Back to you, Calvin. Back to you.
Okay, so we took it up on the entrepreneur journey. Yeah. So, all right, so we were talking about haters I think last week.
Yeah, last week we talking about haters.
So haters, and and I started to go off on my rant, but here it is. So you have people who have a perception of you, and they don't know none of your story. They don't know your journey. They don't know actually where you are as an entrepreneur. Okay. So they perceive in their own mind, you're bigger than what you are. This is just me. I'm talking about. They think you're bigger or got more than what you really have, or you're doing more. No, bro. I'm just doing the best I can and pursuing my dreams.
Right.
So, having said that, you'll have that person that thinks, oh, he think he all that. Well, let's knock him off his square. No, I don't think I'm all that. I'm just pursuing my passions and my dreams. Why aren't you pursuing yours? Because obviously you don't have anything to do. You looking at me. Either spectate or participate. Which one you want to do? I'm asking you to come help, come join, come make a move. But anyway, so you were talking about accounting. You made the point of how your finances.
Have you ever read the book or know of the book, The 48 Laws of Power?
No, I haven't read that one. That's one I have not read.
That's why you got fired.
Oh.
Emotional.
Hey, that was actually the right one.
One of their laws is never outshine the master.
Ugh.
Because that will have that person thinking what you just said. Oh, you think you better than me, huh? Yeah, it's a good book, man.
Hey, that's sad because, well, I guess so. I need to go read that book.
It's a good book, man. I read it a few times. I gotta remind myself every now and again. You know, these people out here, they will test you, so you gotta stay on your P's and Q's.
Hey, look, I like to go with what Lecrae said. If you're gonna rock the boat, you better have a life raft.
And you known for that, rocking boats.
Hey. So
from the wind of your slaps, let's go. No, all right, getting back to that counting.
No, we've grown past these moments. Yes. So you mentioned of how
the accountant. Okay, so let me just recap a little bit. So what I was saying when they were talking about getting like people and resources to get better at what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So I was saying that. We had a shout out to me and Ashley's Peoples. We were talking to an accountant, and they was looking over some things, and they said, "Hey, we need to switch some things up because we kind of ran into a snag with nothing we couldn't handle as far as filing taxes for the last year." Mm-hmm. And she was mentioning to us that you might want to do X, Y, Z, incorporating the S corps and things of that nature. That way, everything will fall in line the way it's supposed to. That way, it would benefit us better tax wise.
Instead of having the LLC, you're going to make it an S corp.
Well, no, we're going to keep the LLC, but we also want to incorporate an S corp. So it's multiple layers to it that you have to get into. Yeah, and then after the S corps, you get into like hedge funds and stuff like that, and yeah, stuff like that, man.
Okay. Very good.
Was that Wendy or was it just me?
That's the AC.
Oh, okay, bet.
You may want to, especially since y'all are doing the real estate track.
Yeah.
And this is also for those people that live in the United States anyway. You may want to look at doing an anonymous LLC, and then have another company own the anonymous LLC. And the only reason that is because ordinarily you can look up a business name and see who owns that business. Mm. If you have an anonymous LLC, you cannot see who owns that business. Mm. But there's only 2 states that allow you to do an anonymous LLC.
Does it Virginia?
Virginia ain't one of them. But I don't know that I would incorporate. You can incorporate any way you want. It might cost you a little extra because, like, if you incorporate in Delaware,
I got you.
You just have to have some kind of. You essentially have to have a law firm or somebody else, and you got to have a PO box there. Yeah. So you're going to end up paying a little bit more. But for an example, like if somebody was like, "Ooh, I want to know who owns Intertwined LLC." Oh, I can't find that information out. So it's beneficial sometimes as a landlord because then then your tenants can't find you.
Oh. Okay. Also, talk to your attorney.
Definitely talk to your attorney.
Your legal advisors.
At all. I can help you out with that.
Got the plug.
But definitely talk to your attorney.
Talk to your attorney.
Because the thing is, I think people end up having issues because they don't know. You should have an accountant that you can reach out to. You should have an attorney or a law firm that you can reach out to. You should have relationships with a bank. Yeah. And I forget what the other 2 are, but insurance, which some of insurance, because you're going to need business insurance. You're going to need all types. If you are an entrepreneur, you are going to need insurances.
You say a CPA? You already said that.
Yeah.
Oh, accountant. Yeah.
Okay.
It's ideally a CPA.
I got you.
Definitely, because if you have an issue, folks, with the IRS in the United States, there are only 3 people that can help you in that audit. That is an enrolled agent, call them EAs, a CPA, certified public accountant, and a tax attorney. Nobody else can help you with the IRS legally. So if you don't have one of those people that you can reach out to, find one and develop a relationship.
Shout out to my peoples. Hey, yo, get you a doctor on your roster too.
Get you some roster pasta.
Okay, so timeline to judge yourself on these entrepreneurial endeavors.
What is it? Timeline? You will judge yourself. Who wrote that? You did?
No, I didn't do that.
That's you, Alan. What did you mean by that?
I don't even see it. Where's that?
Top.
It's the second one, bro.
The second one? Oh, I must be scrolled down. Hang on. No, I got the second one.
Okay, well I'm gonna do this.
I got your 9 to 5 feeds your family. What you do 5 to 9 replace your what?
Is it up there now? No. All right.
I see it.
Okay.
It's with emotional blinders. Mine is with emotional blinders.
Oh, you need to update. Okay.
I saw him type, but it's not a separate bullet.
Got it.
On mine. So when I say what timeline is.
Sorry for that technical difficulty, guys. Thanks for sticking in there.
Maybe we need somebody to hold up cue cards in the back, like a Vanna White holding up cue cards. So I think sometimes, Jim Rohn said it this way: a lot of the time we overestimate as humans what we can get done in a year, but we underestimate what we can get done in 5 years. And so I think a lot of times entrepreneurs, you have to begin with the mindset of, okay, I'm in this long term. I may have to pivot and do some things depending on, once I get some evaluations from some coaches, or once maybe I talk to my CPA, we may have to change how we do the business, but it won't change the fact that we do the business. And I'm going to be in this thing for X amount of years before I even consider whether or not I'm a success or a failure.
Yep.
Before it's even a consideration, I'm going to work this business because nobody, I don't know too many people that walk into a job on day one and be like, you know what? And if I don't like this in 90 days, I'm out. I mean, Calvin might, but the vast majority, but Calvin is also read and studied. The vast majority of people are just like, I'm going to be here. They're not necessarily saying. So that's what I'm saying is you need to have a timeline, but then also give yourself milestones along that timeline with specific action items, steps you can take that get you to those milestones. I think that's also the problem that we have in entrepreneurship is we think we're working when we're not working. So for an example, I call it like keeping the main thing the main thing. What is the 2 or 3 or 4 things that you do, actions in your business that will have the most effect towards your positive trajectory?
Who ate my cheese?
So you have to, and that's what because a lot of times we get caught up in just doing busy work. Now, busy work, administrative tasks have to get done, but all those administrative tasks helping move the company in a forward direction.
But that's why I asked you, why don't you want employees? Because some tasks, I understand employees, but some tasks should be delegated. So
I didn't say I didn't want people. I don't want employees.
I don't want W-2s.
Clear. That's what I said that last week. I said I want 1099 contracts.
Clear. That's okay. Got you. Clear.
And I have no problem compensating those contractors well.
Got you. You just don't want the day-to-day employees.
I don't want because if I got a 1099 contractor, hey, you're doing bad work. Once the contract over, it ain't even a negotiation. You done. We gonna find somebody else. I don't have to go through this. I don't have to go through any employment law. None of that. I ain't got to deal with none of that. It's hey, here's the contract. I'm hiring you on a contractual basis. Here is what I will pay, whether that's by the work that you're doing or by the time that it takes, or if I'm just saying, hey, annually. Here is, $60, $70, $80,000 annually. Here is what your expectations are for this $80,000. At the end of this year, if I feel like you've done a good job, we can renew this contract annually on an ongoing basis.
Why you do that, Calvin?
If I don't feel like that the relationship has been mutually beneficial, there won't be a continuing relationship.
Done.
And there will be also provisions in that contract that if at any point in time during day 1 to day 365, there is a conflict, you can also be released from the contract. You will be paid up to that point and paid no further. That's all. So I would prefer to have contractors.
Amazing.
And also have some similar.
Good idea.
With also provisions in there, if you go above and beyond, hey, here's maybe some bonus kickers that are in there for you to go above and beyond. Essentially, a performance-based contract, because I don't necessarily want the employee-employer relationship.
Hey, yeah, man, we getting some.
And I know that a lot of people may. I just don't desire to have that because to me, it doesn't make my business nimble enough to where if I need to pivot and go in a different direction, I can pivot and go in a different direction because I got to worry about all the employment law and everything else around that employment law. I know it's the state of Virginia, so it's a right to work state, but I also believe in telling people what it is up front, and I can't tell an employee up front the same things I can tell a contractor. That's all. That's why. But anyway, so you have to evaluate. You have to evaluate that timeline. Whatever you, and it needs to be a timeline that you can believe, right? Because when I started SoFi Clothing, I just used that as an example. I didn't consider that I was gonna go, explode in year 1. What I wanted to do in year 1 was earn enough revenue that the company paid for itself and allowed me to advertise for the future growth of the company. And then I had year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. And you need to have those specific actions. Like, what am I going to do to facilitate that? And then it's all a matter of actually doing it. You still got to do what you said you were going to do. You can't just say it and not do it. You got to go do it.
Well, other than just doing it, you also have to be consistent once you
for sure
get that thing rolling. So without consistency, things will fall apart.
It's just like the gym, man. You can't expect to bench one time and be like, yeah, I'm good for the next 10 years. No, bro.
I think I'm gonna go up to 405 on the bench, man. I'm tired of doing 20 reps of 315, bro.
I understand, man. It's hard life out there, bro. Hard life.
It's done.
Yep. Hard on them joints. He ain't benching 315.
Yeah.
don't even look like that, Calvin. He just over here talking. I know he ain't benching 315.
I'm about to get that that sleeve though. Back on topic.
So that's what I'm saying. So I think I use the gym all the time as an analogy because I think people can relate.
Most people can.
Most people can relate to exercise, diet and exercise. So it's like everything else. You can't do something once or twice and think you'll have the benefits of doing something every day.
I'm gonna throw this in here because it's it was real good and I think it applies. You should have a coach, a mentor, and a sponsor. I didn't know this. This one was a good one. I hadn't heard this one before. I forget the guy's name from South Africa. He does a lot of marketing conferences and stuff to help people business. But he made the point. He said, "All right. So the differences between the three is one, the coach is your day to day. That person you can talk to regularly to help give you those points you need to do or that activity you need to do day to day, whatever in your business. Okay,
Right.
The mentor is the person you don't talk to them regularly. You maybe talk to them once a quarter, something like that. And then that sponsor is that person that talks about you in rooms you're not in. I was like, wow.
Yep. That makes sense.
Don't have those. Need to find those. And
some
you
people
might
don't
have them and don't realize you have them.
Yep. Some people don't even differentiate like that the different titles. That because I don't want people to get caught up in titles because you can have somebody that is the coach, but you haven't said that's the coach. Mentor is going to be paid. Mentor is going to be paid more than likely.
Well, not really.
Unless they like you, they're going to be paid.
Yeah, unless they like you. And I think that's important for choosing a mentor. It's got to be somebody that kind of likes you.
Well,
If not,
I don't know. It is. I'm sorry, but it's pointless not to have somebody that's trying to mentor you and they don't like you. To me, that's not good. That creates a toxic relationship. Yeah,
but people get paid to be mentors. So
I wouldn't call you a mentor if you don't care.
I don't have to know you to be a mentor.
Consultant?
Huh?
You would call them a consultant?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
okay,
a mentor.
That's
Because
fine.
a mentor is somebody that actually cares about your success. They want to see you succeed.
And over time, they might. The question is, how do you get a mentor? Because usually a mentor has more success than you do in whatever that.
Right.
So how do you get? Because everybody understands that the 5 people you hang around the most.
They don't understand.
So how do you
They
get?
don't understand that.
The mentors do.
I'm convinced.
The mentors
The
do.
mentor do.
Yeah. So how do you get in that circle? If they're like, you gonna affect my 5, bro. Unless you're saying you don't talk to them enough to affect the 5.
No, but as a mentor, you shouldn't. That's not one of your 5.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, the mentor is.
But
not
you would be one
your
of the
5.
coaches 5 if you're talking to them all.
Yeah, the coach is one of your 5.
Yeah. So you got you. So in other words, it might take you some searching.
Yeah,
But
but also think
gonna be
about
in your
what.
journey, though.
But that's part of the.
As a part
process.
of that, process,
Yeah.
I would recommend a book. There's a book called 6 Feet or 3 Feet from Gold. Either way.
But I would have that person you can. That's what I have a mentor that, again, when I talked about that evaluation and told me I was doing these 3 things wrong, and I can still go back to their words and say, okay, let me try to actually do what they said do. To see.
tell me what I need.
So I can get the results I'm looking for.
There you go.
The book is called 3 Feet from Gold. 3 Feet from Gold.
3 feet from gold.
Right. GOLD gold.
GOLD Gold. Yep.
Okay. And what is that book referring to as far as some mentorship, leadership?
It's
or
talking about
coaching?
obstacles.
Okay.
Because
Speaking of obstacles.
you will come up against obstacles in trying to find a coach, the mentor, and the sponsor. But it's going to talk about what you do when you come across those obstacles and how you can remain encouraged
As an entrepreneur, how important is it to be a great problem solver?
Oh, that's
It's very important.
That's it. That's how you started your business, by solving a problem.
That's it. That's how.
If you didn't start your business solving a problem, you heading in the wrong direction anyway.
Well, then I'm headed in the wrong direction. Then.
No, you're solving a problem.
No.
Think about it.
I didn't do it because I was solving a problem.
You didn't.
you did.
But you're providing housing, which is solving the
You
problem
have to solve a problem.
that somebody has. They don't have a place to stay, So as somebody who does real estate, you are solving that problem. Now you may be solving that problem for your own benefit.
But okay, see,
but you can't charge more than market.
No, but that could be an issue, because that could be an issue in his marketing and branding. Because if you're not solving somebody's problem, what are they pursuing you for? So to expand your business, you approach it from a marketing perspective of, I'm helping you to find a loving and peaceful home.
Yeah, there you go. Loving and peaceful.
Loving and peaceful. Hey, this is crazy. This is crazy. And it's a marketing tactic I did not know. I didn't know this stuff until I started reading and doing some homework. You sell emotions.
I got some emotions for sale.
That's what I'm saying. If whatever you provide, whatever service, if you don't attach an emotion to it, they're not going to buy it.
I mean, you can even do that.
It's crazy. But
I'm gonna be honest with you. Initially, starting the real estate, the investment business, it was not because I was trying to help somebody. It was more of a generational wealth type thing. But now it has turned to something where I'm creating safe havens for those who are in need.
You know what? And you know what you could call it?
What's that?
You could call it. Ready?
Lord,
you ready?
no, I'm not. Not what?
Mar-Ray Holdings.
Mar-Ray Holdings.
Yep. 2 middle names.
Ma-Ray. I see what you did there, Ashley. Are you listening?
I'm just saying,
that could be the anonymous joint.
Listen, if you need a consultant for your business name, give me a call.
Get paid. I'm sorry.
I mean, I be coming up with some stuff. As a dude I work with, right? He made a. He wanted to make a
hard, bro.
It is.
I'm taking.
But it just come off the dome. But he made some hot sauce because he grows like peppers and stuff at his house. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's dope. But you should call it Hayden Fire Hot Sauce because that already sounds like it's hot. Mm-hmm. His last name is Hayden Felt. Mm-hmm. So I was like, just call it Hayden Fire. Put a little pepper up there with some glasses. Because he wears glasses, you know, like the logo for what's the dude name on ESPN? Lord,
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, so like make the pepper you, and just call it Hayden Fire Hot Sauce.
There you go. I hope you listening, sir. I hope it worked for you.
It'll work.
You know, I told him before, but he just got to. Because he also want to do some Twitch streaming and some other stuff. I mean, I just try. My thing is
Twitch streaming.
Yeah, Twitch streaming.
Hey, that's.
It's big money.
It's a thing.
My thing is, I just want people. All I want for people is for people to chase their dreams, goals, and desires until those dreams, goals, and desires chase you. That's it. I want you to live the life that you're like, man, this is where I wanted to be. This is what I wanted to be doing. That's all I ever want for anybody. And whatever that is. So if that's, you know what, I want to be the best sanitation worker I can. Hey, you know what? I'm proud of you. That's all. My thing is live the life you want, because at the end of the day, your life is yours. Just live a life you're proud of.
I'm telling you.
Whatever that life is, because everybody don't want the same thing. I used to want a 10,000 square foot house. Now I'm like, man, forget that. I ain't trying to pay nobody to clean it, and I definitely don't want to clean it.
I did want a bigger house. But
I couldn't even figure out what to do with all the rooms when I mapped it out.
That is true.
Did we do the what is the activity that you're going to do?
No. Well, I mentioned it, but nobody.
We mentioned. I mean, you got to figure out those activities, though.
Yeah.
Like those activities are going to be different business to business. As far as what you need to do to advance. I mean, to advance your activity. I mean, that's going to be the only problem. You've got to figure out, make a list of what are the 5 things, what are the 10 things that are going to do the most for my business, and that's what you got to focus on. And everything else becomes secondary activity, but still might be important, like paperwork, like following up on your trademark, that kind of stuff.
All right. So with the time that we have remaining, would y'all like to share some of y'all perspective your perspective on the pros and cons of entrepreneurship?
Pros and cons.
I'll start.
Pros and cons.
Expect.
Is it a pro or a con?
This is a con.
Okay.
I get. Oh yeah, this is a con. expect to work many hours, a lot more hours than you would if you was working a 9 to 5.
Oh, don't expect 40 hours a week.
Oh yeah,
Not at all.
that's one thing. As far as the time being put in, don't go in there thinking I can do 2 hours here, 2 hours there. You got to put a lot of time into it as far as starting up.
Now that's gonna sound contradictory because last week we said, you got to have some way to earn an income while you're building your business.
Exactly.
So you just need, in the beginning at least, you need to figure out what time commitments you can make. The thing that I find is with time is people will focus on time quantity and not time quality. And what I mean by that is that you can, if you are 100% locked in, you can do more in an hour than a lot of people can do in 5 hours. And so you've got to also figure that part out about yourself. It's one of the reasons why sometimes, and I'm going back to the gym, one of the reasons why sometimes I like working out. I don't like working out by myself, right? But you have to work out with people that are also focused. Like, we're going to be in here 45 minutes. We're going to kill everything in sight. And then we're going to leave. Ain't no need, but there's people that be at the gym 2, 3, 4 hours, and they spend half the time talking. Jeez. Like, bro, move. What is you doing? Like, you're not even. Why are you here taking up space if all you're gonna do is talk?
Okay, so let me also add on to the time you have to put in. So you're gonna have to make a sacrifice. You might have to get up earlier than what you used to, or you may have to stay up later than what you used to, because if you are going to acquire the money needed and you don't have a sponsorship or you don't have nobody funding it, you're going to have to find a way to work your 9 to 5 and also pursue the whatever you're trying to pursue outside of working the job.
And this is why I say you have to make decisions. That this is where the tough decisions, because one of the things that I had thought about, so because of that time piece, I initially used to go to the gym in the evenings, right, after work. But I feel like it takes up too much of my actual day when I go after work. But if I sacrifice some sleep and go at 5:30 in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning when everybody else is asleep, I can get that done, and I still have my 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. to work on Soulfire. And various other businesses. So I still have that. Whereas, and I don't feel like I'm robbing time from my, because I felt like, and this is where everybody's going to be different. I felt like if I was spending 4 or 5 hours locked up in my office, that I was robbing time from my spouse. Now, it wasn't something that she ever said, because we still spend plenty of time together. It was just something that I felt within myself. I wanted to spend more time, but the only way I could do that was by going to the gym in the morning.
Gotcha.
And entrepreneurs exercise, because if you don't have the energy for this, entrepreneurship takes energy, and if you want to be a very successful entrepreneur, it's going to take a lot of energy. So you either going to have to pay other people for their energy or have it yourself.
Copy. All right, y'all want to close out with a pro as far as entrepreneurship?
Time and I don't know, a pro.
Yeah, pro.
Freedom. The sense of accomplishment, one. That sense, that satisfaction of you're accomplishing
just give your dreams. You can't give more to pros. I gotta give him a pro.
I don't. Hey, that's the biggest one.
He got the pro. I got the con, and you can pick whichever one you want.
Look, there's so many pros to being an entrepreneur. You just gotta be able to weather the storms, go through make the sacrifices and the commitments. That's the problem. Most people only see that. Everything y'all were just talking about. So I mean, for me, it's pursuing your dream. Like, I feel so much better when I'm actually working towards my dream of what I know God put me on this earth to accomplish. That to me is the best feeling. And that has nothing to do with money, even though money does come. But that's the best feeling to me. That's what I live for.
Okay. I don't know what you got.
So I can do either one, right? Let me see. Let's see.
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin. I'm gonna go pro. I think at the end of the day, I think that there are more pros, far more pros to entrepreneurship than there are cons, with this one caveat. For the people who are ready for entrepreneurship. Because one, I don't believe everybody should be an entrepreneur. I believe that the people who desire freedom should be an entrepreneur of some kind. I believe that the people who have a burning desire to do something greater, to do something more, or have an idea and they just have a passion they want to pursue, those people should be entrepreneurs. I don't necessarily think that everybody, though, should be an entrepreneur. Because one, if that's not your drive, if that's not your
wheelhouse,
and if it's just about the money, then the problem is the money ain't gonna keep you an entrepreneur.
No.
The money might get you started as an entrepreneur, but the money won't keep you an entrepreneur. Because at a certain you will get to, and I'm not saying that any of us are there, but you will get to a point where money as an issue is out of the way for everything that you actually want to do. Because listen, if you can take a 6-month vacation twice a year, money as an issue is out of the way. And so then what drives you to continue to be an entrepreneur? Because like I said, if you're just doing it for the money, you'll be an entrepreneur until you hit success, and then you're gonna start doing all kinds of stuff that cause you to backslide.
And you got to do it all over.
And you got to do it all over again.
Sell the company that you just made and
Yep.
start another one.
That's what you're going. So that's what's going to end up happening. So that's why I say, what is it? What's going to get you out of bed in the morning, excited to go do what you now get to do, what you are now purposed to do? What's going to? So if that's not something that is even on your mind, then you might not be an entrepreneur yet. But I would say entrepreneurship has all the pros for those that are ready for entrepreneurship and those that understand some of the pitfalls that entrepreneurship may bring and are still excited about entrepreneurship. Because I hear all the pitfalls all the time, and I'm still like, yeah, but entrepreneurship is still the way to go. You might have to have a job until you get to where you want to be, but entrepreneurship is still the way to go. Because I want freedom.
I would rather do that than
right. What price are you willing to pay for freedom? If that's what you want. My ultimate goal is freedom. And when I say freedom, I mean freedom to do absolutely nothing for 6 years and my income not really adjust or change. Now, I probably wouldn't, because I got to stay busy. I'm a person that has to be busy. So anyway.
Gotcha.
Pros. All the pros. The cons are only there the cons should only be there as reminders of not to step on that minefield. All of the cons should only be reminders of, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, and navigate your way to the pros. Yep.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
I was just saying up.
But wait, there's more.
Cue the music.
All right, so anyway, folks, we appreciate everybody.
Man. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
With us.
Yeah, you stuck in there, man. It was rough. It was a rough patch, man, but we got through the turbulence, and now we're here. We're about to land. Any closing comments?
Hey, just remember that entrepreneurship isn't for everybody, but it might be for you. And if it is, figure out what makes you passionate, learn all you can, get your activities down, and work that activity list like your life depends on it, because it does.
Nothing?
That's it.
Okay, good. Hey, real quick, I will say for the entrepreneurs out there, there are times where you lose the energy, you might lose that passion that you first had, but get rehydrated, get motivated, and find those folks around you that keep you pushing, man. I got to be honest with y'all. I needed this conversation because I haven't been focused like I should be, man. So I hope this helps somebody else like it helped me today, man. For sure.
We're going to throw a couple of dates out right quick. August 24th, doing an interest meeting. If you're looking for an opportunity to serve your community in the Tidewater area, please meet us at Indian River Library at 11 p.m. August 24th. 11 a.m. I'm sorry, 11 a.m.
Like,
11
whoa.
a.m.
I'm old, bro.
What kind of party that is?
That one.
What kind of
And then
party that's going to be?
we have a mentor to mentor conference, leadership conference coming up September 26th through the 29th. So look out for those dates. And then my final one, I'll be in Burlington, North Carolina, speaking at a nonprofit organization on October the 16th. So look out for those dates. Hit me up.
Hit him up on his Instagram, his Facebook, and all that good stuff.
Nope.
No? Okay, all right, bye.
Hit him up on the Old Lord Youth Mentoring Facebook page.
That's what I was saying. Whatever.
Or just don't hit him up. Apparently Calvin said, you know what? Calvin said, I'm going to put all this stuff out here, but I don't want to see you.
I'm going to put it out there.
Talk to my people.
Tell a friend to bring a friend, but don't come see me. Don't come see me. You might get slapped.
No, you're not. All right.
Man, we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.